little place and we all know where the people are friendly and the lights are low and everybody's famous for 15 minutes. There you'll find a lot of company.
To do in the early days. So whilst I'm talking, we're going to get the guys that are going to be in the first act to come on stage. Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first sketch of the night. And this was done so many years ago, I can't believe it. And I've rewritten it a little bit anyway. I hope you enjoy it. We would like to say that because we haven't exactly got mics throughout all these sketches, for a little bit of hush so you can all hear it, enjoy it and laugh. Here.
So it's a bit rough tonight, Bron? Alright. You're alright. That's good. You alright? You're alright.
Just get my coat.
Come far? Not far? That's crow flies. Village for last village. You mean the village of Forgotten Where? Europe, that's it. Well, I be blowed. I also live in Forgotten Where. You live at Church Street, near the pub. The old Knoxburg. Well, I also live on Church Street. Stone the Crows. Where? Where? Oh. What school did you go to? Well, now, let me think. Oh, yes. I were at St. Mary's. Oh, really? That's where I went and all. Well, here, did you leave school? It was the summer of 1964. What a coincidence. We left that same summer. Well, I'm bugged. We went straight to work on farm with me dad and me brother. I went to work with me brother on me dad's farm. Well, it's good to meet someone who also works on a farm. You wait till I tell the cows tomorrow. They will hardly believe my luck. Drinking with a stranger who is also a farmer. It's a blooming miracle.
Right, Joe. Right. What, Guinness? Yes. Right. Oh my God, it's going to be a long night tonight. Look at that. Absolutely dry. They don't even know who they are. Who are they? The Farmer Charles twins.
That's it.
Okay, Lisa, that was the first sketch. Let's have a big hand for the only, one and only, Mr. Tony Watson.
Thank you for the intro. Yeah, that's about right. think that's my sex life in music, but we won't worry about that for the moment. Yeah, my name's Tony Watson. I'm a semi-professional stand-up comedian. I've been on the road for 3 years now, which sounds so much nicer than homeless, I think, don't you? I think I'll start by telling you that everything I'm about to say is just made up, so don't take it too seriously. A friend of mine turned around and said, well, you need to tell the audience they need to take everything you say with a pinch of salt. So remember, a pinch of salt. I said, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm the youngest of 3 in my family. My parents are both older. I was raised by my father. My mother left before I was born. I know, really. I remember my mother is Welsh and my father is Hungarian, which I think makes me... That's right, well hung. We can thank my fairy godmother for that. When I was 12 years old, she turned around to me and said, Tony, you can either have a really long memory or a really long penis. And I can't remember what I asked for, to be honest with you. I've recently been divorced, or at least, to be honest, I had when I wrote this stuff. It's been a while now. I remember, I think the day that I realised my marriage was over was when my wife came in and she said to me, Tony, we need to go to marriage guidance. And I said, why do we need to go to marriage guidance? And she said, we need to talk about our problems. I said, what problems? She looked at me and she said, we haven't had sex in over 9 months. And I went, what do you mean we? I'm now divorced. I've recently been trying to find love. I'm optimistic about the option, but I'm also realistic. Unlike my friend, who is 62 years old, overweight, got a bald head and a massive beer belly, still thinks they're going to find love. I don't fancy her chances, to be honest with you. I'm here all night. When I was younger, my parents were very strict. My father, he ruled with an iron fist, which made his underlining very bumpy. My mum was very serious. She always overreacted about everything. I remember I was 8 years old and she screamed at me, Tony, come away from the edge of the cliff. Remember what happened to your sister? And I thought, that's hardly the same, is it? It's not like I'm going to push myself over. Thank you. So, school wasn't much better, to be honest with you. I went to quite a posh school. On the way to school every day, the nasty kids used to throw gold bars at me. I was a victim of bullying. I read in the magazine that bullies are a victim of their own society. You become a bully because you were bullied, and so forth and so forth. And I thought, I'm only young, but I can probably do something about this. So I got home and I made a poster and it said, high school bullies, let's break the cycle. It was probably a mistake hanging in the bike sheds. My English teacher turned around to me once and said, okay, today we're going to do a letter a day. So today's letter is the letter D. So Tony, can you stand up and tell the whole class something that you're not very good at that begins with the letter D? So I thought about it and I went, spelling. When I left school, I joined the circus. I wanted to be a clown like my grandfather. Turns out those are pretty big shoes to fill. I did become a trapeze artist for a little while until they let me go. I finally got myself a real job. I was cleaning antique mirrors for a living, which is something I could always see myself doing. It was probably a mistake on reflection. I started a scuba diving club, but we went under. I opened my own origami shop, but sadly we folded. Yeah, everything else is okay. I mean, I've been seeing this new girl now for sex. It's lovely. Well, I say I've been seeing her, she actually left me a couple of weeks ago for the deaf guy that was upstairs. My fault. I mean, all the signs were there. Should have seen it. I let my latest girlfriend down a couple of days ago. I'll be honest with you. I've started to miss her, so I'll probably re-inflate her tonight. I want my inflatable dolls to be more realistic, so I filled her with hot air. Although I can feel us drifting apart, so... I'm going to finish with a story that I think describes my life extremely well. It's a true story about me on my 50th birthday. I woke up and there was a genie in front of me. And the genie turned around and said, "It's your birthday, Tony. I'm going to grant you one wish." And I went, "Okay, what can I wish for?" He said, "I'm a genie, you can wish for anything you like." And I went, "Oh, I really love a unicorn." He said, "A unicorn? Yeah, I want a multicoloured unicorn." He went, "I'm sorry, but a unicorn is a mythological creature. They don't exist. It would be impossible for me to make one of them for you. Think of something else." So I went, "How about a girlfriend, a beautiful woman who's going to love me for me and not trying to change me?" And the genie went, "So what colour was this unicorn?" I'm going to leave it at that, say thank you very much, because I can tell them running outside. Thank you very much, Dave. See you again soon. Bye for now. Tony Watson!
This is the BBC.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of hush for this one. I know you're going to love it. A big hand for the BBC sketch. 1920s.
Born in the world from London.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the BBC. And here we are in the 1920s. Has one ever thought what life will be like in the future? The science boffins are giving us ordinary chaps a glimpse into the future. They might be golly clever bots, but can they really predict what new inventions there will be in the future? And will you working chappies and misses have an easier time of it? And will it make one life an awful lot gayer? So, I've been told, in the future, we will all have a telephone. I know this is hard to believe, and wait for it, they will be called a mobile phone. If it's mobile, will it have little wheels so one can pull it along from room to room? Or will it have a real cable to unwind as you take it out and about? I can see an awful muddle of cables just going down the road to Mr. Jones the butcher's. I say, chaps, you can keep the tin bath hanging on the outside wall. So the boffins tell us, in the future, we'll have a room in the house called a bathroom. And in a bath with hot water from pipes. Don't ask me how they get the hot water in the pipes. Just a ticket, you working chaps. Gone are the days of sitting in the bath in front of the fire, waiting for the kettle to boil for a topper. And no more baked bean jokes from the missus. Here is another one that is frightfully far-fetched. North Sea gas. The boffins say that in the future our gas will come from, no, not the gasworks, but under the North Sea. And I expect every household will have a seaweed filter on the gas meter. trains of the future. No more brief encounters. As one's faithful train puffs into the station, the steam train is on its way out. Train of the future will run on electricity. I say, it will need a jolly enormous plug.
I expect the next thing will be an electric automobile with a reel of cable running out the rear into one socket. But if you drive too far from home, you could find yourself unplugged.
I say, old chap, do you get a headache trying to balance the bookkeeping? They say in the future, help is at hand in the form of a tablet. And I'm not talking about our little friend, the aspirin. This tablet, about the size of a book, when open, will reveal what can only be described as a miniature cinema. I know, absolute science fiction, but Professor Appleby, IBM, assures me that one will be able to control it with one's finger. This tablet will complete your mathematical calculations for you, taking away all your headaches. I think I'll stick to the aspirin. This tablet sounds a little too hard to swallow.
And what about this something for the missus? Sorry, Mrs. Beaton, you'll need to rewrite your cookbook. Yes, the oven is going to. It will be replaced by a tin box called a microwave that plugs into electricity. You place your food inside and millions of microscopic waves cook the food for you in no time. It sounds bonkers to me, cooking without gas. If it catches on, it might put the old gasworks out of business. And that's not all, Mrs. B. No more shelling peas. They will be frozen. How they will manage that in the middle of summer, I do not know.
Those old science fiction books are coming to life in the future, so I've been told. The boffins reckon they will be sending a rocket to the moon. Next, they will be telling us they plan to send a man to the moon. Well, if they do, tell him to bring us back some cheese.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, this is your life in the future.
Yes.
But I'm sure something will never change. Like a nice pint of stout and a pipe in the pub with change from a penny. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's go to the BBC sketch. Here we go with our final sketch tonight, a blast from the past. This is the phone call.
Hello? Hello? I'll just put you on speakerphone. Hello?
Hi honey, it's me. Are you at the club?
Yes.
I'm at the shop at the M&S sale and I found this beautiful leather coat. It's only $3.50 in sale. It's so gorgeous. Is it okay if I buy it?
Sure. Okay. Get it if you really want to.
Thanks. Oh, before I go, I've got to mention that I stopped by the Lexus showroom and noticed that they've just got the new model you wanted and in the right colour.
How much?
Only 32,000.
Okay, get it, but for that price, I want all the gizmos and extras.
Great. Okay, will do. Oh my God, I just remembered the main reason I'm phoning you. I was just talking to Jane and found out that the house we wanted last year is on the market. And they're only asking 325,000 for it. We can't miss out then. What shall I do? Please can we have it?
Well, make them an offer of 315,000. They'll probably take it, but if not, I'm sure we can go the extra 10,000 if that's what you really want.
Okay, I'll go straight to the estate agents now. Thank you. See you later. Love you so much.
Bye, I love you too. Do you want to know whose phone this is?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our comedy section of the evening. And that's how it used to be back in the early days in, it feels like 1800s, so it's 1984 when we started.
This is the BBC,